Hello guys, it's Susanna here. We're on to our autumn piece on my seasons quilt, but before I start that I will show you what I've the finished block of the summer. I've got little French knots that I've done here. I'll try and bring that up as close as I can get. Little French knots here, did some seed stitching here, running stitch here, added an extra bird. What else did I do? Well, I finished it all off anyway. In the kit you will get a pattern for this, and I actually have done little arrows saying, you know, that's seed stitch, that's this, and you know, so you've got a piece that you can write down the word summer and all that kind of stuff. By the time you see this video, the whole kit and everything and the whole quilt will be made, but I'm in the process of filming as I make it, but when you guys see it the whole thing will be finished. So yeah, so this has been hand dyed, and the same with the backgrounds. All the backgrounds have been this hand dyed calico, which I've done all the backgrounds in that, but I'm really happy with how that has turned out. This is so cute, little fluffy. But yeah, so there you go. So you get a picture of the finished thing, about a little sort of like a picture that big, and then instructions on how to do it as well. So here I've got this sort of fabric that reminds me a bit of hills and stuff. Definitely need to stitch around the outside. This is a really frayi one, so good fabric, but it just frays while you're in the process of stitching it. These are everyone gets 2 of these. This is my hand dyed rusted fabrics, which I got inspired by Carol at Oak House Journals, and for once I actually did something and they turned out. It was great. So they will be going there, and I'm umming and ahhing whether I dye that, but I just think I may not, because it ties in with this. So this is a stamp, and I thought the way that I can get around using a stamp is that in the kit, I'll just say this is, you know, this is not included in the price. This is my gift to anybody that has the kit, because yeah, just sort of with sometimes the ramifications of what you can have when you have certain things that you add in. So I'm just adding it in. Everything else is part of the price, whereas I'm just adding this in as a gift, as a bonus to do. So if you don't feel comfortable using that, you can I was thinking I'm going to be making some mushrooms in this corner here with this little guy. So maybe you can make 2 mushrooms. I've got this other colour that I was thinking maybe one in that one in that one. I'll see how we go. Then we've got this beautiful, still got the backing on there because that's something I used to sew it on. Now this really pretty, it almost looks like hair. It's really soft and fluffy. So I wanted to get really textural stuff in this lot. Stick it out there. Okay, and then that's going to go that way, and then that will go that way, and that will go that way, and then I'm going to do this little fox sort of sitting in here. But what I want to do, I just sort of want to do different stitches. For my summer I did around here, I did the fly stitch, and I was just looking through my book and I thought I wouldn't mind doing this. It's called a wheat ear stitch. It sort of looks like little sort of leaves, which, you know, when you think of autumn you do think of leaves. So that's going to be the bit of the layout. So for now I will push this aside because we need to think I will keep it that colour. I quite like it. It's a vintage tablecloth, which I've cut the little bits and pieces out. I may even use some of these as well. So at this point I've only just got the, a lot of this kit's been done. I've just put that on the back of Liza Fix, and it's on sort of like a cotton, and I've ironed it so it stays in. So what I want to do is, got a bit of a sun shining. Hang on, it's really bright in your eyes. Ugh, I mean, it's beautiful, but it's in my eyes. There we go. Which is a shame, because it is nice. But okay, now you get a piece like this, and it's got silver on the back, which I don't mind, but we're going to be adding a little bit of gold in this, so maybe not so much put the silver. If you want to do that, that's okay. So this is quite tactile, it's wool. Let's put that there, and I may have to put this one down, and this is sort of a bit, I'm probably not going to get any glue on that because it just, I don't think it'll stay, to be honest. I may just have to pin that baby down. Okay, a couple of pins every now and again. Might have to go this way because I'm thinking by the time we put that on, now we can definitely use a bit of this. You hear the noise in the background, it's just my heater, because it's funny that I'm doing this one now. This is autumn. We're in autumn, so that's all good. Now, there we go. Need to make sure that it's, yeah, cool. Might shove a couple of pins in the middle. I mean, I can hear banging and clanging out there. I do live at the front house and there are units at the back, so it could be my neighbours. Okay. Yep, that's good. Okay. Now. Okay, now I'll just place here because I do need a colour, and I really should have thought of this beforehand, of what I wanted to do. So when I think of autumn, you sort of think of these beautiful rusty typey colours, and I want to add a little bit of colour, so I might use this one. Actually, I have got, just like with my other one, I've got these variegated threads. Ooh, I'm thinking that might be nice. Yeah. So I am thinking that one. So there you go. That would be really nice on there. Probably a bit dark. Definitely that goes really well with that. I'm going to be using some thread to use the lines of this to stitch them down. So I go subtle. You want to be able to see it, or just go with my first instinct and just go bright. Oh, I don't know. that I'm going to have some of this in the fox, so I probably will use this. There you go. Okay. Use thread. Oop. It's cool that I'll be using some of these threads from my new pack. Okay, don't know how much of this I'm going to need. Now I haven't done this stitch before, so you know, it may be okay, may not. Okay, so threads everywhere, I tell you what. Like I said, I've got to rename myself the Messy Crafter. I want to be able to hold that down. Okay, now in that, on this side, you will not see any of these, and that is probably gonna, right, that's starting that there, probably about there, and then I'll just have it all the way around there. Okay. So I will give it a whirl now. Starting around about there. So we start with A, and the line in the middle, where there's a line in the middle there, is going to be the actual edge of it. So you're holding both of it down. Actually, I might even come in a little bit. So there, and then okay, 1, 2, ABC, you go in through there, and then you come out up here by the looks of it. Got like a Y stitch so far, and then you go underneath both of these. Oh, I like trying new stitches. And going underneath. Okay, D, E. You must have to go here. Underneath. There. I'm thinking. Okay. And tie a knot in your work. Okay. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay. Figured it out. See? It's not that hard. Work on the fly, as you say. So, and then the E is that other stitch. So it's a bit like, so halfway between the middle of the other one. You go there. I think they're attached. There's got to be another rhythm to this that would be a lot easier, I'd say. And then you can come out here. There we go. I think I've got a bit of a rhythm happening now. I hope it just doesn't stop knotting. I should have done this beforehand rather than getting you guys. And then you would go underneath all of it. All 4 of them, I'd say. Yep. And then through there. There we go. And then back up here. Okay. That's pretty cool. I sort of wanted to do something a little bit different, and these sort of reminded me a little bit of a leaf. Okay, I think I'm in a bit of a pattern now. Go through there. There we go. Okay, I'll show you with the book anyway. See, you start off there, A, B, C, so you got this Y, and then you come out there and you go from behind, and then this one goes into there. So where are we? So we're back. So this is like A, this is where when we start, go to here, and you come out there like in a Y, then come up, then you go behind all of these, all 4. In the first one you just go behind the first stitch, and then you go back through that hole. So there you go. This is called a wheat ear stitch. So you start halfway of there, you go in through here. That's how it gets all joined. Hopefully, yeah, this is making sense for you guys. And I'm sitting down and doing it on. I'm just wanting something to. Then it goes through there, and you come up through here. Then you go through all of them underneath. And then back down there through that hole. Go. And I seem to be going skew-if, so we'll try and catch it back in. Because I want to grab these stitches. Okay, I'll go back in that way. Hopefully this is making sense. See, now we've got a bit of a pattern happening. And I definitely am going skew-if. So I'll try and I'll come in a little closer. There we go. It's pretty cool because it just, you end up going through the same hole, and you go back up through here, there, back through that hole, and then starting off like a Y again, but you're using the same hole. That's cool, I like that. I like it. So wheat ear stitch. So if you want to make any wheat looking stuff, you've got to be really careful when you get along. There you go. That's cool. Okay, I'll just pause that and I'll be back. Okay, back again. So what I've just done the running stitch along here because you don't need to so you don't see that. And so I've done it along here. It takes longer than you think, probably because it's a new stitch. So what I'm going to do, I actually have got heat and bond, Flies-A-Fix, whatever you want to call it. I am just going to put that there. I'll have him sitting there. That's it. Because I've got the iron on, so just going to put that down while the iron's on, because I gave it a bit of an iron. And I was wondering, I noticed too when I did it, this side sort of like a bit of the fluffy side, but I actually quite liked that pattern, and that's probably why I did it. So it's either or. I think I've put it on the wrong side, but it's fine. Whichever side you put it on. Okay, I'll just unplug my thing. So I'm just putting that there in the meantime. So in the kit, I've had quite a bit of it, like it was a big roll of this, and it's quite thick. It's knitting and crocheting cotton. So I had that, and it matches this perfectly. So I have put some on there. It's like, here's the summer kit. I had a whole massive big roll of this, which I thought, and I wound that on, I thought that would be perfect to do the leaves. So you've actually got some thread in that one as well. Okay, now, so you've got a bit of thread and that on a little thing as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to, I've sort of glued it down a little bit. So what I want to do is just catch that. It's quite thick, but at least you know it's going to stay down. Okay, so I'm going to go sort of a bit like a running stitch, but it's, you'll see it's just basically holding it down. So you come up there, through there, and it's just going to be holding it down because we're going to be doing a little bit of stitching through here anyway. So go down, on those little bits. I may come back, I've got this thin thread here, and so I may come back and just do a little slip stitch just to hold that down. All depends if it's being held down well enough with this stitch and with all the other bits and pieces that we're going to stick on there. Okay, so you do get quite a bit of stuff in your kit, which is good, and you get to learn another stitch, which is awesome. I quite like that. I think it's nice when you learn something a little bit different, and that is the best book. I just love that book. For all of you that don't know, you can still get it. It's from the makers of Inspiration magazine, A to Z of embroidery stitches. So really good. It's an old one. I bought it in the 90s, but it is so good. I've got quite a few books on doing different stitches, and that's just the one I go to all the time. My friend Janette on Craftydawk, that's the channel that she's on. She is doing a once a month tutorial on how to do different stitches. I might actually link her channel below, and she may have a playlist of it as well, so you can just go straight to the playlist of doing the stitch a month, like I do the block of the month. But yeah, I met Janette via the retreat that I had last year, 2020, just before COVID hit. It was like a week later, and then we all went into lockdown, so it was really amazing that we were able to do this. the retreat, and I met Janette, and I met Nat. She's got her own channel as well, Nat Williams. Okay, I'm just stitching it down. I may come back to this. So you might just do a very quick little running stitch, just grabbing bits and pieces, because what I want to do on the bottom here is do like a little garden. I might do a couple of pistol stitches and all that kind of stuff, just to hold it down, but just have some leaves, and you know, it's just so this little fox is not sitting on its own. Oh my goodness, I can't get my words out. Ugh, some days. Okay. So you guys do get some of this thread, and that can help you do just hold it down, and often it's just either a slip stitch or a running stitch just to hold it down. I may go back, so I'm just going to push that off to the side. Might even keep the needle in there because it's quite a big needle. Love how he looks so cute. So that's being held down there, and then the bottom half is being held down with that zigzag. So what we are going to do, I might, okay, on the first one, where are we? I'm going to do that there in the middle, and I'm just going to use just a little dab of craft glue just to hold it down, but then I will stitch it down as well. So I decided not to go with doing any dyeing on it, because I think it's going to tie in with this. So I just sort of I'm going to be using some of this colour, you know, because foxes like it's got little stipples on there. That's why I wanted this design, because it's got little stitches on there, which I did when I did the fox tag. So I'll do the same thing that I did in the fox tag on here. Now I will stitch that down first, and then I'm going to stitch these guys down. I love the colours of these, so might have that like that, and that like that. Yeah, so this is some of my handmade stuff. So there you go. Then I've got, did I put it that way? I've got my little diagram of how I had it. Oh, I think I actually had it this way. Okay. So I'll have to have it more across than what I thought, because I stopped there. So that, okay, then that'll be here because I want to cover that, and then that'll be here. Now it doesn't matter if you see a little bit of the stitch there. I did similar to in my summer one, and you could see the stitches in there, so that's okay. Yeah, but there we go. I might have to, this has been caught up a bit weird. There we go. Probably have to stitch that down a little bit more, which I'll do off camera, but that's the basicness of where we're going to go with that. So for the next one, so what I'll do for this one is we're just going to stitch around just like we did in the summer one. Stitch around that, then stitch around these guys down there and down there, and then I am going to put a little mushroom. I'm going to make a mushroom. How cute is that? Which is just using a little bit of you get this in your kit. Okay, I already made that one because I was sussing out how to put it together. I know that Lisa Maddock on some of her classes makes I haven't been to one of her classes, but I saw that she makes mushrooms out of yo-yos, and I thought, oh, I've never done it and didn't know how she did it, so I'll probably do it totally different to how she did it, but that's where the inspiration come from, to use yo-yos. And now, unlike when you make these, you where is it? Not fine. We don't tuck it over. So normally when you do a yo-yo, you fold it over like that, and then, you know, whereas this one, I want a bit of that little bit of raggedy edge. I mean, if you want to tuck it over, you can, but I just think not doing it actually makes it a little flatter as well. Well, that's what I find anyway. But, you know, nothing's ever set in stone. You can do what you like. Oh, this is teeny. I'm going to have to get another one. You can tell I'm getting older. There we go. So I'm just using a strong thread. And strong thread. And the old threads are really good. Either that or a Gutermann. They're quite strong. And like I said, normally it's way too much. Normally you would fold it over like that, and you come up there, and that's how you do your yo-yos. You go up and down and all that. But so this time round, I'm just coming up, but don't go too close to the edge. So, okay, just quickly. Show you how we're going to do this. My video has probably gone way over time, but I thought I'll get this put into place to show how to make it first, and then I'll do the rest on the next video. You're going to realise we are making a full seasonal quilt, so it is going to take a bit of time to make. And you'll have yourself a beautiful, beautiful piece of artwork. I mean, if you don't want to make it into a quilt, you can turn it into a fabric book. And Chrissy Crosser has got, I think, a tutorial on her channel on how to make a fabric book. I've still got to do it as well. Okay, so you come out at the top. And you pull it. Okay. Definitely free. Okay. Way too long. It's just ridiculous. Don't need a piece that long. Even then, what I've got left over is still really long. Okay. So we finish that off by, you know, grabbing it. Yep. then, okay, what we need to do, oh, that doesn't seem to have folded, is, I might even get the iron it down a little bit. It'll make it flat, and we fold it in half, which gives us this little fold like that. Now, okay, just grab your needle and put that thread on the side. So what we're going to do is get your little bit of thread that you've got here and tie a knot. Okay, now it's quite big, so you'll need a big eye. And what I'm going to do is go in the middle of this like that, and it comes out that centerpiece. That bit is way too bit long. Oh my goodness, the thread's everywhere. So we'll cut that so it's not sticking out so much. Okay, now depending on how long you want your thing, I'm just going to go back up through the middle. Okay. Back up through the middle next to the other one, and then tying a knot in that. Now, how long do we want it? Yeah, it's pretty long. Yep. Hopefully I'm in camera. Okay, then tie a knot. Oh, that bit of thread. In that. Okay, how long do we want it? I'll have it a little bit longer than shorter. Okay, so that'll hold that down. Get this. Okay. Then, now the reason why I've left that in there is because I might as well use this one. Which side's the best? Now, I quite like the way that it does this, and I'm actually thinking I wouldn't mind tying a little knot on the bottom of it, because I find that mushrooms have got quite a big bulby bottom, so I like that side better. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have it there like that. I might even get this little bit of glue. You don't need glue if you're not a fan of glue, that's okay. Just hold that down. And it doesn't matter if it, see how it's sort of that back lip is coming forward, that's okay. I sort of want to give it that bit of a round look. Then I'm going to put a bit of glue on the back. And place it where I want it. I sort of want to have it half hanging over the edge on a bit of an angle. And then I'm going to twist. I'm going to be couching that down, but I might even chuck a little bit of glue on there or not, hey? Just so it stays. Craft glue is alright for this sort of stuff, or fabric glue. Fabrifix, what do you call it? That works. So there we go, it's got a bit of a twist, and don't even mind that little fray bit. So what we are doing with this Here's my other one. I may even put that one down. You're not limited to whatever you make. Oh my goodness. You can make more than just one. Okay, so that's down here. So what I'm going to do is just do a bit of a slip stitch grab. And we are going to hold this baby down. Move that out of the way. That can be done later. So much like how we did the yo-yos in the other one, I'm going to do the same for this. Just hold it down and curve as you go. See how that little bit's coming up. I like using a slip stitch for this because it sort of makes it pucker a little bit. And make sure you grab all of the you know, 3 layers, like underneath as well. Yep. Okay. And then we're probably going to end up couching there, and then I'll come back probably in the next one. I'd like to maybe even do a couple of little white French knots on it. We can have one of those spotty mushrooms. That would be cute. So there you go. Get rid of that. And then I'm going to go all the way around and picking up the front as well. Now, in the back, between now and the next video, stitch that down just with a slip stitch as well, and then stitch these two like on that angle like that, and then the next one I'll put these down, and then I'll probably do a bit of a garden. We still got to do the word autumn and bits and pieces along here as well to make sure, see how that comes up. You really do need to hold that down. So there we go. I think I probably will turn it off because I'd say it is getting pretty far. So we're going to come along here and that'll be holding that down here as well. And so make sure you go through all of it. I love it. I think it's so cute. Okay, there we go. There you go. Yeah, 43 minutes, like it's huge. So the first one of the summer one was pretty long too. Okay, well, I'll catch you in the next one, and the next one will mostly get stuff done, and then in the video after that I'll show you the finished lot of that, and yeah, so I'll continue on. I think the next one after that will be, it's winter for us, so I'm starting at the start of the year. December is summer, then now we're in autumn, and then winter, and then spring. Okay guys, thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.